We're so proud of this movie, and like David was saying, setting in a fictional town. Heartland, Indiana is kind of everywhere. It's about where we're from and who we are, and the type of place that when we return to, we know we're home. And the themes in this family, I guarantee you, all of you are going to laugh your butts off at some point. Many of you are going to cry, and I believe that all of you will leave the theater feeling a little bit lighter and inspired by the power of cinema. We hope, if we did our job. The audiences have been really responding to this film, and we hope you'll feel the same way. So,
I think you're the most mature actor I've ever worked with because, you know, look, I give this compliment to Robert all the time, which is that movie stars come and make dramatic movies or make a smaller film, you know, an acting movie again, and they tear the wallpaper off the walls and they're overexerting and they're acting so hard and trying to show everybody that they can act. And every single day as we would wrap the set, I was like, waiting to see if that one of those moments was going to happen, just as like your coach and collaborator to be like, you know, you got to pull it back. And you had such a beautiful way of only being in the scene and just being in the scene and never pushing or forcing anything until it really happened.
Tell us a little bit what it's like working with Robert Duvall.
I love it.
He was sweet to me and tough on David. But I think it's this thing too, you know, the script demanded that a man of his age basically take as big a risk as he's taken in the entirety of his career last year. And so there's always this huge trust factor that feels like, wait, you're asking me to do this and that and the other thing, and I have to play this kind of guy and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, but my endorsement and Susan's and mine's endorsement of David was such that we just knew, like, this story came from a personal experience that our director had, and he's a really good shepherd of this stuff. And he went to Strasbourg, he went to film school. He didn't go to hit comedy school. You know? He's a seriously bright, you know, thoughtful, like a real director.
To Indiana.
Yeah.
And I know you mentioned the tax breaks, and I know you have a fictional town here in Indiana.
Yeah.
Heartlandville.
And we love that you are a huge fan of Indiana. What would it take for Indiana to entice you with our tax incentives?
I guess they'd have to.
It's always a legislative thing, and just the right people have to make those decisions. But you know, it's always changing and growing, and I'm sure we'll be back when it changes again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming too.
Appreciate it.
A couple days here, by the way.
Yeah, we
did.
did.
So the landscape is represented in the movie.
So the question is, how do we get the emotions, a roller coaster of emotions, different emotions throughout the film?
Well, they don't necessarily come when you think they would, and then there's some times that you have to be full, or it's pointless to be seen. But it really, to me, it always comes down to the relationship with the director, which is, by the way, oftentimes a daddy projection or a mommy projection if it's a female director anyway. So it's kind of like all of my unfulfilled needs are because of that prick, you know, or whatever. And believe me, we're neurotic enough without like a big stress load. And what did we do? I mean, we just talked and we became very close, and he revealed things to me about how he felt about, you know, when your mom got sick and my mom was sick, or we thought about dads in general and how you want to connect with them, and how honestly, if you seek to understand a little bit rather than to be understood, there's this kind of transformative thing happening. But the key word that we always used was salvation.